My dear friends, my name is Jacob Fibash, and welcome to Uncaged Zootours. If you are new to the channel and love animals, I recommend and appreciate you hitting the like, subscribe, and bell icons to join me on my tours. Today, we're heading back to the LincolnParkzoo in Chicago, a small zoo with a wealth of history behind it. So far, we went to the Pepper Family Wildlife Center and saw red pandas, Canada lynxes, and two very active snow leopards. We also met the zoo's lions and learned about the zoo's history with big cats. The fun is just getting started, as we'll be visiting another part of the zoo to see one of the best ape exhibits in the country, the Regenstein Center for African Apes. This exhibit opened in 2004 and won the Significant Achievement Award from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums in 2006. This exhibit has two kinds of apes from Africa's rainforests, and we'll learn about some of the zoo's history with these primates. Let's begin. The Center for African Apes is located to the right of the primate house, and right off the bat are several exhibits for western lowland gorillas. Gorillas are the world's largest primates, but the western lowland gorilla is the smallest of the four gorilla subspecies, while their cousin, the mountain gorilla, is the largest. The dominant male, or silverback, will protect his troop from predators or rival silverbacks by standing up, baring his teeth, and slapping his chest, not beating his chest as seen on TV. However, gorillas, for the most part, are very peaceful, and the zoo has multiple exhibits for them, allowing them to go inside or outside to avoid busy crowds. The current silverback at Lincoln Park as of 2025 is Quan, who was born at the North Carolina Zoo. Aside from him and Nia, who was born at the Buffalo Zoo in New York, all the zoo's gorillas were born at the Lincoln Park Zoo. Like Zoo Atlanta, the Lincoln Park Zoo has its fair share of famous gorillas. There was Bushman, who was the zoo's biggest star from 1928 to 1951. And then there was Mumby, who was the zoo's first gorilla to give birth. Meanwhile, Debbie, who lived for almost 40 years, was a surrogate mother to gorilla orphans. The center is also dedicated to Lester E. Fisher, who was the zoo's first veterinarian. To honor his legacy, the Lincoln Park Zoo named their primate research center after him. It's called the Lester E. Fisher Center for the Study and Conservation of Apes. Boy, that's a mouthful, but we'll just call it the Fisher Center. The researchers working in the Fisher Center also studied chimpanzees. For example, they studied wild chimpanzees using tools in many different ways, from trying to use a stick to get honey from a beehive to using rocks to crack nuts. The Fisher Center also taught the apes at the zoo to use touchscreens to play games. Another way the zoo helps chimps is by promoting Project Chimp Care, an initiative to improve the well-being of chimpanzees. You've probably seen chimps on TV or in movies wearing dolls' clothes. Don't let it fool you, chimps are wild animals and should never be someone's pet. They're 5 times stronger than humans and can be unpredictable. That's why you should never approach them in the wild. But on a lighter note, chimpanzees are very social, and their troops consist of multiple males and females. There were several notable chimps in the zoo's history. There was Keo, who lived for 55 years, making him the oldest male chimp in a North American zoo. Vicky, who had 11 offspring in her life, and Machawi, who was raised by his mother, as most zoo-born chimps are raised by the keepers. All the chimps at the zoo were born at Lyon County Safari Park in Florida. First are the females. Cashew is known for her huge nests that she sleeps in, Nana is skilled at crafting tools, and Kathy is the most social towards her keepers. On to the males. There's Hank, who serves as the peacemaker during arguments. And finally is the leader Optimus. He can be recognized by a bald spot on his wrist. And that officially wraps up our second tour at the Lincoln Park Zoo. It was fun to see the gorillas and chimps, but there's more to see. Which one of these two exhibits would you like to see next? Our first choice is a 2-in-1 of Arctic Tundra and Penguin Cove, where we'll meet the zoo's polar bears and African penguins. Our second choice is the famous African Journey. We'll see Diana's monkeys, a pygmy hippo, our first golden orb weaver spider, guinea fowl, Madagascar hissing cockroaches, giraffes, zebras, meerkats, an aardvark, and a black rhino. Today's question is, what is your favorite experience with apes at a zoo and why? Thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time. You're smart, creative, and kind.